Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know, most people get involved with a 401k because of the employer match. They really believe that there's free money. There's no free money. It's a scam. Here's how it works. You ever notice that you can't get the money all at once? Why not? Why don't they just give you the match all at once? Why over 6 years? Because they know only 12% of the people who work for a company stay for 6 years or more. Only 12% are there for 6 years. That's why they plugged it to 6 years. They know you're not going to stay. So it's not for your benefit. It's for the benefit of the company. It's a scam. There's an alternative, though. Phil's Gang. Join my gang. philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. It's always about fees. That's right. It's always about fees. When you're investing in anything, it's about fees, but especially 401ks. Let me explain to you how you get screwed with a 401k. Nobody will tell you this. You'll be told with a $25,000 investment, your 401k will return 7%, and over 30 years, you'll retire with a nest egg of $226,000 with a fee of 0.5%. That is a lie. Do you know if you just bump it from 0.5% to 1.5%, that $226,000 drops to $160 with 2% fee? It drops to $123. But you know what most fees are? 3%. So you're going to drop almost below $100,000. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and get rid of that 401k. It is not for your benefit.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? It's time you take control of your investments. For over 15 years, philsgang.com's Phil Grandy has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. philsgang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true? Why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. they pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
I do like to move on good news about the economy. So,
have we had enough good news in the economy of late?
We had a couple of good jobs reports here, but year over year GDP growth rate is very low, below trend really. And
our economy is so much stronger than when they took office. Nearly 15 million new private sector jobs.
Unbelievable. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Welcome aboard. Well, they're in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and they made the announcement today, and it wasn't hawkish. We thought that she was going to come out and say, wow, we're going to really raise rates like she's been doing, and she didn't. And what happened was, because she wasn't hawkish and she didn't raise rates or say that, you know, we're really going to go after these rates in September or October. Remember, she used to do that. Remember, every month she used to come out and go, we're going to raise rates. Economy's doing good. We're in a recovery. On B, we're going to raise rates. And then, bam, the dollar would go up. And as soon as that dollar went up, the 10-year Treasury went up, indicating the economy in the future was going to be good. And then the stock market went up. Well, today that didn't happen. Then later on, they brought in Fisher. They had to fix it because there wasn't any move in the stock market. So they said, we better get the dollar up. Send Fisher back out on TV. Get him out there. He's one of the Fed guys. There's 11 of them. So he comes out and lies. He lies through his teeth. This guy Fisher. Unbelievable.
We've had very strong hiring reports in the last 3 months on average.
Boy, doesn't he sound enthusiastic? Well, we've had hiring reports. And on that, the dollar turns around. Instead of going down, starts going up. You say, oh, well, then they're going to raise rates. Listen to what he said.
We've had very strong hiring reports in the last 3 months. On average, as the chair said, 190,000 hires a month. So I think the evidence is that the economy has strengthened.
On that, the dollar goes up, turned right around, went up. People say, look at that. This is good news. They're going to raise rates. The economy's doing so good. The enthusiasm he had. It was the enthusiasm that drove it. It had to be.
Is resolutely not a political body.
So the election is not going to influence whether or not you raise rates before the election?
Unless the election affects things happening in the economy. I mean, we'll look at the economic data. Those may have been...
They never looked at the economic data. If they looked at the economic data, are you kidding? They'd be telling everybody buy gold. These people are parasites. These people are ugly, vicious parasites. They just lie through their teeth. Today we learned as he comes out and says that, oh, hey, yeah, things are good. Look at the job numbers. First of all, let's talk about those job numbers. A lie. He said 190,000 each month. No. The real job number, remember when they came in with 255,000 jobs just last month, there were only 55,000. The other 200,000 were fake. They were fake. They were assumptions. Birth-death metric system. They're all assumptions. They assume. But only really 55,000 jobs. In fact, if we take between June and July, there was 1 million fewer people with jobs. It dropped by 1 million. See, you got to get your numbers, not from the Federal Reserve. You got to get your numbers from, or the BLS. You got to get your numbers from the go to where they have the, I want to try to say payroll. There you go. Sorry, payroll. Go to the payroll. Nobody can lie. If you go to the payroll, you're going to see exactly how many people are working because everybody has to pay payroll tax. So that's where you go. But they don't. They just make stuff up. And they think, hey, we're group thinkers. We're going to believe it. Then today, we learned our economic growth for the second quarter, our second quarter GDP. And remember, for people who don't know what GDP is, it means they measure everything that all the factories produce. Okay, every quarter they do it by month. They can do it by quarter. What they produce every month, every quarter. And they want, if they do it this quarter, then the next quarter or the next month, they want to see more. Well, guess what? We're not producing more. We're producing less. It was revised downward. So how could he say something like that? The economy is strengthened. He saw the good jobs, 190,000 good job reports. I just explained they weren't 190,000. Those were all lies. There were 55,000. And back that up, let's back into that we learned today. The economic growth of GDP was revised from 1.2 down to 1.1. Identify our economy is not growing. It is not growing. If you go look at the other quarter, starting with the last quarter, 2015, the GDP was revised down. The first quarter of 2016, the GDP was revised down. Every quarter is being revised down. The last 5 quarters, profits in companies all down. And he comes out and says this stuff. So what happened? How come the market's not going up? See, every time they think, I'll get the dollar up and I'll get the 10-year treasury up, everybody's going to buy stocks. Well, guess what? The market's down 82 points. Just the opposite. It's down, not up this time, down, because nobody believes these people. They don't believe these parasites anymore. So if this was last July, the market would be up 182 points on him saying that. That's why they try to drive the dollar up. That's why they send them out. Put the dollar up, and people are going to buy stocks with anticipating that the economy is doing better. Well, they don't anticipate the economy is doing better anymore. They don't believe them. And that's why we're seeing the institutions, we're seeing the 401k money managers, we're seeing the pension fund money managers, we're seeing the big institutions, the banks. Money is coming out of the stock market faster than we've ever seen. We're just lucky that the Federal Reserve is in there printing money to buy the 10-year treasury, to drop the yields down, to push Saudis and Chinese out of the market, out of the bond market, to stock market, to push this, hold the stock market right here. Matter of fact, if you go into my site tonight, YouTube, I usually do every Wednesday, I do a brand new update on where the economy is. Okay, I did it Friday because in the last 2 days I had a toothache. I had to go get a root canal. So I just revised it. It's up. It explains exactly where we are with the economy, exactly where the stock market is, exactly when the market's going to start crashing. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Just look at the YouTube. Okay, that's our YouTube site. It's right there. And it brings you up to date on everything. So I just did a brand new, I just released it. And you'll know exactly what the market's going to do. So let's think about this. So this downward GDP revision is off the back of 6 consecutive quarters of negative earnings. Of industrial production manufacturing orders, that has been the weakest in 10 years. They're plunging to a 7-year low. A disastrous capital goods shipment number yesterday collapsed. That's really important. That's like our durable goods, because the capital goods shipments is so important because that identifies the making of the machinery that they send to factories who make stuff. So So that's the making of a machine that they send to, let's say, a shirt company to make shirts. Well, guess what? All these capital goods shipments are way down. So there's no need, there's no demand to make machines that you send to factories so they make products for anybody. Your shirts, your hat, your pants, or a frying pan. They don't need the equipment to the factories anymore to make that stuff because there's no demand. Well, of course there's no demand. Because the real economic picture, the economy is collapsing. Because consumers, after they service their debt, have no discretionary income left with which to drive the economy with purchases. That's why we saw the drop in that capital goods shipment order. We'll be right back. Join my gang, Phil's gang, 15 past the hour.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? It's time you take control of your investments. For over 15 years, philsgang.com's Phil Grandy has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. philsgang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true? Why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. We're a teaching format. And boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You hear me talk about 401ks every day on my radio show. Why? Because it's such a disservice. 89 million Americans have a 401k. There's 638,000 plans. And the father of the 401k, Ted Brenner, even admitted they're a scam. He doesn't endorse them anymore because of the ridiculous fees. You got to get away from those fees. Remember, every 1% fee, they take 30% of your retirement money. The average fund is 2.5%. 60% of the money is going to be gone when you're ready to retire. You don't need to do that. There's an alternative. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Seek out the alternative. Give yourself a break. philsgang.com. Sign up today.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know, most people get involved with a 401k because of the employer match. They really believe that there's free money. There's no free money. It's a scam. Here's how it works. You ever notice that you can't get the money all at once? Why not? Why don't they just give you the match all at once? Why over 6 years? Because they know only 12% of the people who work for a company stay for 6 years or more. Only 12% are there for 6 years. That's why they plugged it to 6 years. They know you're not going to stay. So it's not for your benefit. It's for the benefit of the company. It's a scam. There's an alternative, though. Phil's Gang. Join my gang. philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by the Max Investor 1000 Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember St. Jude? I've been doing this program now for 15 years. And we started out, we still are doing it. The purpose of the program is to support St. Jude. I was involved with that because my son had cancer. And I started a radio show to raise money for St. Jude, and, well, it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And we reach millions of people around the country in hopes that we can get you to donate. But we don't want you to donate unless you're making money. And Phil's Gang is, I believe, the best teaching format in the country for the money. It's only $39.95. Nobody gives you that. Everything else is $200, $300 a month. I'm telling you, check it out. But here's what is the amazing thing to it, is that we developed a product that tells you when to get in and when to get out of a stock. And it's really important because it takes that burden off, takes that fear. Give you an example. The banks. The banks always lead the market. And you can't have a market without the banks. They're very important. And you should always have a bank in your portfolio. But if you're very, very busy, you should do an exchange-traded fund of banks. Give you an example. If I go back and look at, let's take XLF, okay? Now, XLF, it was red. In fact, I'll give you the number. We had a drop. All of a sudden, back in June 13th, it went from green to red. That meant the big guys, the institutions, pulled their money out. So that was at around $23. And it dropped all the way down to $21.39. $21.39. So that was about a 7% drop. But it didn't turn green until June 30 at around $22.57. So you would have known to get in on June 30. What a wonderful thing. And today it's at 24.04. So right now XLF you have a 6% return. But the point was not so much the return, is how you were able to just take this group of banks, and everybody should have the banks. The banks lead everything. They're the crooks. They lead everything. So every time it turns green, you get in. When it turns red, you get out. It's that simple. So you would have had a nice 6% return. It's a beautiful way to invest, and it's a beautiful way you can give to St. Jude. So I want you to call right now, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG, where I am going to give you this free with a sign up to Phil's Gang. Okay? It's $39.95 for the gang for 4 weeks. And then during that 4 weeks, you're going to be comped the MV2, which, again, you can follow us. It's a great teaching format. We'll show you what stocks, like this XLF. And after 4 weeks, you're going to agree. I know you're going to say, why didn't I have this years ago? This is so easy. But what you're going to really feel good about is when it turns red, when you're in it. because it's telling you it's time to get out. Here, give me an example. Today, listen to this, and listen to this guy on CNBC. Here's another genius.
Pfizer is my top pick in the healthcare space. And really, there's a catalytic event that I do think by the end of the year, they will make an announcement that they're going to split the company into an established products and innovative products company.
Who cares about splitting a company, an innovative company, innovative product? Nobody cares about that. Who cares? So he's telling you to buy Pfizer. Are you nuts? If you had the MV2, you would have done this. You would have bought the stock when it turned green on July 1 at $35. It gave you a sell signal to get out at $37. That was July 20th. You had a beautiful 5% return just because it went from red to green. But here's the beautiful thing. You had an advance notice to get out of Pfizer. It turned red. Do you know where it is today? It dropped from $37.39 all the way down to where we are today at $34.78. It dropped 7%. You would have gave back everything you made. Listen to these people. Listen to what he said to do.
Pfizer is my top pick in the healthcare space. And really, there's a catalytic event that I do think by the end of the year, they will make an announcement that they're going to split the company into an established products.
So you're going to buy this based on a catalytic event? They're going to split the company? That's why you're going to buy it? And you go look at the MV2 today and it's red, you wouldn't buy it. Instead, you would have been selling it short. If this is the stock, and here's the thing when you're investing, don't look at a million stocks. Stay with the same 5 stocks all year, as long as they're brand names. So you get in when they're green, you get out when it's red. It's so simple. So here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Call now. You're calling here in the United States. You're calling here in Sarasota, Florida. They'll pick up the phone. They'll talk to you, get you signed up for the gang membership for $39.95, and then you get this free. And at the end of 4 weeks, if you want to continue with it, then you pay for it. But there's no better way of buying and selling stocks. After 4 weeks, you're going to say, oh, I wish I did this earlier. But let's go back to what's going on. I told you the real economic picture of the economy is collapsing. But do you think the parasites on CNBC or any of these financial shows are going to tell you that? Of course not. They don't want you to know it's collapsing. It's collapsing. The economy's collapsing. Because, again, consumers, after they pay all their debts, because of all this printing of money, after they pay all their debts, and remember, there's no money left, but the money is worth a lot less. Give you an example. We had an announcement today that Dollar Tree and Dollar General fell apart, collapsed. Who would think that Dollar General and Dollar Tree, a dollar store, would collapse? Who would think that? When we get back, we'll put up on the chart and I'll explain to you why. Now, you would think a dollar store, everything's so cheap, is collapsing. I'll explain why when I get back. Join my gang now. They're waiting for your call. 877-600-GANG.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You hear me talk about 401ks every day on my radio show. Why? Because it's such a disservice. 89 million Americans have a 401k. There's 638,000 plans. And the father of the 401k, Ted Brenner, even admitted they're a scam. He doesn't endorse them anymore because of the ridiculous fees. You got to get away from those fees. Remember, every 1% fee, they take 30% of your retirement money. The average fund is 2.5%. 60% of the money is going to be gone when you're ready to retire. You don't need to do that. There's an alternative. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Seek out the alternative. Give yourself a break. philsgang.com. Sign up today.
Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Everybody says, I hear it everywhere, no matter where I go, I'm not going to get into the stock market because it's rigged. And I think, what are you, nuts? That's exactly why I want to get into the market. Here, listen to this.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish the wealth effect.
But we front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally. So are you telling me you don't want to get into a market where they front-loaded an enormous rally, where they fixed it to go up? You don't want to get in? What are you, nuts? Of course you want to get in. See, your fear is, once you get in, you're fearful you're not going to get out in time. Well, that fear is gone. That's why I designed the Max Investor 1000 for the color code technology. It'll get you out before it crashes. Believe me. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you'll be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. You're listening to the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grandy. Be sure to check out the all-new Phil's Gang website at philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. They say there's a retirement crisis. There is a retirement crisis, but you don't have to worry if you're with me, and especially if you have the MV2. First, I want to go back in time. Let's go to Jackson Hole and go back in time and see what these parasites said back in time. I think I got that right. Here we go.
So we have so many economists coming on our air and saying, oh, this is a bubble and it's going to burst and this is going to be a real issue for the economy. Some say it could even cause a recession at some point.
Well, I guess I don't buy your premise. It's a pretty unlikely possibility. We've never had a decline in house prices on a nationwide basis. I just want to emphasize that we're very focused on Main Street. We're trying to create jobs. We're trying to make housing affordable. Our low interest rates have created a lot of ability to buy automobiles.
Is it fair to say, though, that Wall Street has benefited more than Main Street has?
I don't think so.
Some slack in labor markets remains, and the effects of this labor slack and the influence so some slack remains in labor markets.
Can you imagine? You remember when Bernanke said in 2005 there is no chance of a housing crisis? If you were a chartist like I am, oh, you saw it coming. Just like Dollar General. Dollar General collapsed. Dollar General, think about this. The other day, the stock dropped. Starting on August 24th, it dropped all the way down from 91.60 to 75.66. Now, that's a 17% loss. You wouldn't have gotten caught if you were with me. If this was a stock that you like, you would have gotten a signal to get out of the stock. Guess when? On August 1st. August 1st, it turned from green to red on August 1st. You wouldn't have got caught. You would have been out. In fact, you would have made the money because you would have shorted. You would hit the button and said, we'll teach you how to do this. Sell short. So Dollar General, everybody who follows these nincompoops on CNBC's, these jibber jabbers and Fox and the rest of these financial shows that have you in Dollar General, you got really whacked. But you would not gotten whacked with me because the MV2, it turned red all the way back to August 1st. And here you go. It was on August 24th it started to collapse. It's the same thing with not Dollar General, but Dollar Tree. Same thing. Same exact thing. I won't waste your time, but same thing. That's why you want to get the MV2. Please, help yourself and help St. Jude. 877-600-GANG. And remember, St. Jude, it's $1.7 million every day we have to open up the doors. It's a great cause, and when I introduce you to MV2, you'll be willing to send the money because you will be making money. You will. At the end of 4 weeks, if you don't see that, then just, hey, it didn't cost you a thing except the gang membership. Okay. I want to go back to what's going on here. I mean, the lying is incredible. Listen to this. Just keeps going on and on and on.
We continue to see a rebound broadly in the U.S. economy. It's not perfect, but it does continue to take shape, and the market is now at a record high. What do you do from here?
Well, we think we're likely to continue to see modest gains in stocks supported by that modest economic growth, and the economy should be a little stronger in the second half of the
year. Did you hear the host? Oh, the economy looks good. Instead of the host saying, wait a minute, what is going on? How can you be saying the economy's pretty good? How can you be saying that we're in a recovery when we're not? I mean, because they're cue card readers. As I said to you, this economy is collapsing and nobody will admit it. This economy, remember, went up on $1 trillion injection of liquidity on November 2008. They never fixed the problem. The market crashed in 2008 for the same exact reasons the market crashed in 2009. In 1929, when the market crashed, it was for the reason of all the banks were in one basket. A bank could sell a mortgage, could sell you a car, could sell you insurance, could do a merger and acquisition. They had so much money, all these banks under one roof, so much money. They took all the money, the bankers, they went out and speculated, crazy, and the market crashed. After the crash in 1929, they came out, two senators said, enough of that, we got to split these banks up, Glass-Steagall, they put the Glass-Steagall Act in. You either have to be a savings bank, a commercial bank, an investment bank. No more. We're going to put them all under one roof so they got so much capital, so much cash to go out and speculate with and screw up the economy. And for 50 years, it went beautiful until Bill Clinton and his cockroaches, his group of parasites, Tim Geithner, Greenspasm, and the guy from Harvard, Larry Summers. There's a cockroach for you. They got together and said, we got to stop this. We got to get all this money together again. So let's get rid of the Glass-Steagall bill. And that's what they did. And they put all these banks under one roof. And then what happened? The same exact thing. The market crashed. Now we want to go in. Now 2008, everybody said, hey, let's go back to the Glass-Steagall Act. And of course we couldn't. Because the bankers owned the president. The bankers owned Congress. And so they did QE1. November 2008, they put $1 trillion in to shove the market up 80%. Not with earnings, not with profits, but just shove the money in. Print it, and shove the money in. Market went up 80%. Then they said, oh, it's not working. We got to do it again. So in November 2010, they printed $650 billion, shot that money into the market buying stocks. It went up 33%. And then they had to do it again in September 2011, put $400 billion. It went up 28% again. Then the last one was 2012. They put $1 trillion in, but this time instead of going up 80%, it went up 25%. It wasn't sustainable. So what do they do next? They started in November of 2012 doing stock buybacks. They printed $7.7 trillion, gave it to the companies, said, keep buying your own stock, keep buying your own stock. There's no earnings. People don't have any money to buy stuff, but we won't tell anybody that. And the 5 percentile of the population who make all their money in the stock market were becoming fabulously rich. And that's where we are today. But now the market's not going up. It's not going up. They're trying to do everything to get it up. It's not going up. Money's coming out. The reason the economy is collapsing and the market's going to collapse is Americans have no income. They have no income. The income stinks. There's no income from savings. Remember, Bush and Obama, what they did is they did a backdoor bailout for the 9 largest banks. They didn't care about the welfare of the American people, only the welfare of these 9 banks, because they were owned. Trillions of liquidity was created, printed by the Federal Reserve, these cockroaches, and they pumped it into the stocks to push the market, to push the bank stocks up. So it drove the price of the financial instruments up. All the stocks were up to 126%. That's where we were. Nothing with profits. So they had a stock market recovery for the banks, but not for the economy, not for Main Street. See, in the past, it was different. They would print money, liquidity, put it into the stock market, but we knew then the economy would grow because of it. Main Street would do well. Not this time. This time, they didn't do that. They printed money. They said, screw Main Street, and they're going to put all kinds of money just into the banks and insurance companies. That's what they did. So we had no productivity. We had no factory orders. We had nothing going on. Nothing. But the Federal Reserve kept pumping money into the banking system. To a handful of oversized banks. 9 banks, too big to jail, too big to fail. And that's where we are today. Nobody's ever fixed the problem back in November 2008 when they injected the first $1 trillion. And we're going to take this market, it's going to go right back down to where it started, and even lower. We'll be right back. Join my gang, Phil's Gang. Get my free MV2.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? It's time you take control of your investments. For over 15 years, philsgang.com's Phil Grandy has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. philsgang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true? Why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Everybody says, I hear it everywhere, no matter where I go, I'm not going to get in the stock market because it's rigged. And I think, what are you, nuts? That's exactly why I want to get into the market. Here, listen to this.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish the wealth effect.
But we front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally. So are you telling me you don't want to get into a market where they front-loaded an enormous rally, where they fixed it to go up? You don't want to get in? What are you, nuts? Of course you want to get in. See, your fear is, once you get in, you're fearful you're not going to get out in time. Well, that fear is gone. That's why I designed the Max Investor 1000, the color code technology. It'll get you out before it crashes. Believe me. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Isn't it time you reduce your fear of investing? Find out more at philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Do you invest in a 401k or an IRA? Did you know you could lose 30, 40, even 50% of your investments when the market crashes? It's time you take control of your investments. For over 15 years, philsgang.com's Phil Grandy has been teaching, coaching, and investing right along with all Phil's Gang members, making profits when the market is up or down. philsgang.com posts daily market updates, has a live investing class, and all material is archived. Sounds too good to be true? Why not join thousands of satisfied Phil's Gang customers today? Go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
philsgang.com.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Everything that I've done has been designed to, number one, stabilize the economy, get it growing again, start producing jobs again.
Let's look at GDP, shall we? Our second walk around the block, and it is 1.1.
There's no economic growth over the last 8 years. And what does Obama say? He says everything he has done to grow the economy, he didn't grow the economy. He grew the stock market by putting $1 trillion in, another $650 billion, and then he put another $400 billion, another $1 trillion in. And guess what? He grew a bubble. He grew a bubble. He didn't create jobs. A good economy doesn't come from QE. It doesn't come from putting in $1 trillion and $650 and $400 billion, another trillion into stocks. That's not what happens. That doesn't drive good economies for Main Street. What drives an economy is business spending, good savings, good jobs, hard work. Most important, productivity, which gives us our lifestyle. Capital investment. where these companies go out instead of taking it and buying their own shares just to push the stock up for the 5% of the company, for the CEO to get rich, where they go and buy tools, information technology, machinery, and they buy buildings and inventory and new plant equipment. Hire new people, give people the raises. No, they don't do any of that. They lay people off, send them over, fire them and send their job over to China or Mexico. This is what this cockroach has done, Obama. And now we want what? Give Hillary Clinton 8 more years? Are you out of your mind? Who, to get an appointment, you had to put money in a drop box outside her office door? 85 people had to pay $150 million just to get in and see her? What the hell? She's building, she is selling favors. Are you kidding me? CNN is helping her get elected. You see what's going on with CNN? CNN is so blatant on her side, trying to destroy Trump. Their ratings have dropped. People are starting to get the picture. Their ratings are so bad, only 750,000 people watch. Are you kidding me? 750,000 people? There should be 7 million people. I'm talking myself now to more than 750,000 people. Are you kidding me? Listen to Como. This is why. And remember what else happened. This guy, Dr. Drew, his show got held back. His show was suspended for a couple of weeks because of what he was saying. He said he was worried about Hillary. She had health issues. Oh my God, when he came out and said Hillary has health issues, he's got grave concern. They got so mad at him, the CNN, the board said, suspend him. How can they say that about my Hillary? And now listen, Chris Como, another cockroach.
It's a chance to run against her. Because she's doing what they call in politics freezing pockets. Because the donors are giving her money thinking she's going to run. That means they're not going to have available money for other candidates if she doesn't. And I don't think she's going to give it to her.
She's on her way to deciding.
We'll see.
About deciding.
We couldn't help her any more than we have.
I know.
You know what I mean? She's got just a free ride so far from the media. We're the biggest ones promoting her campaign so far.
Can you imagine? What kind of campaign is this? And people are... CNN is promoting a felon. She lied to Congress. She sold her office. And I can't believe people are backing her. But here's the real problem. Because of this, there's no economy. You can't get a good job. You can't get extra hours. You can't get overtime because there is no economy. That's the problem. I would like to ask Fisher, King Cockroach, the oligarch. He thinks he's an oligarch. That's what he thinks. I said, I'd like to ask him. I'd get him on my show and say to him, what sense does it make to have zero interest rates? When high inflation is eating away the real value of the money? What sense does it make to have high PE ratios on stocks? When the consumer market can't expand, people have no money. What sense does it make, you cockroach Fisher? What sense does it make, you parasite, to have a stable dollar when the Federal Reserve has created far more dollars than the economy has created goods and services? What sense does it make to undermine the financial conditions of the pension funds and insurance companies with zero interest rates, leaving them with no fixed income, no hedge against the stock market? Oh, they'll tell you there's no inflation. Really? Have you seen what the movie ticket has cost? Went up since Obama got in office? Unbelievable. A movie ticket is up over like 58%. Go to a ball game, buy a ticket up like 60%. Are you kidding? No inflation. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. The people on CNN are worse than MSNBC. MSNBC is a mental ward for the insane liberals. That's what it is. Who reach out and they target their group thinkers, their victim class. Yeah, they see them as a victim class, a bunch of sheep. And Chris Matthews sees himself as a sheepdog moving the herd around to take advantage of them, to help Hillary get elected. Are you kidding me? Chris Matthews. Unbelievable. What a cockroach.
When is President Obama going to get some credit? And this is like Rodney Dangerfield. When's he going to get some credit for this amazing economy that's coming back? Everybody who has any money now has tripled it, basically, in the stock market, thanks to this administration.
No. The only people that double their money are people who it's done well in the stock market. Is the 5 percentile of the population of people in the 401ks. Are you kidding me? They have not doubled their money. They got out of their 401k. They spent their 401k in 2008 while they were putting in money. While the Federal Reserve printed $1 trillion to put it into the stock market to stop the market from falling, their managers, their planners of their 401k, their advisors were telling them to get out and get into fixed assets. Can you imagine how stupid that was? We're getting in the most explosive stock market rally, a fake rally, fueled by taking money, printing $3.3 trillion, injected directly into stocks to move them up. Stocks that weren't making any money, companies that were going broke. And your advisor was telling you to get out of your 401k, get out of your money, go into fixed, go into savings, go into a CD. Are you out of your mind? Treasuries, yeah, go into Treasury. That's going to really work out for you. That's why I keep telling you, look, this is nuts. This is nuts what they're doing. The lies are incredible.
I actually thought she did a great job. I will tell you, when I watched that speech, I sat up straight and I listened to every word.
Oh, Mika's so amazed by Hillary, the person who stood there over the dead body of Sean Smith with the mother, lying right to her face, saying, I will get those people who are responsible for this, the people who created this video, right over the body. The body didn't even cool off yet, and she's lying. Oh, but what Trump has done, far worse than that. He questioned, far worse to question a woman, a Muslim woman who could not speak that night. He just questioned, well, maybe she wasn't allowed to speak. Oh, that was terrible. That was awful. Oh, but to be to be standing over the body of Sean Smith and the murderer, Hillary, she was the murderer. She wouldn't send help. And then she lies. Oh, that was okay, though, because they're liberals. They're liberals, mentally ill. And I really love it. I really love how they always say they're for the poor. And they're going to always take care of the poor. $22 trillion they spent on the poor, fighting the war. They got to be the dumbest people in the world. Who would ever have $22 trillion and you can't win a war? You know how many atomic bombs you can buy? I mean, $22 trillion they never spent it on the war because they don't want people. They don't want the poor. They don't want the poor not to be poor because then there's no Democratic Party. Look, I can't fix any of it, but here's what I can fix for you. Let me give you a number. 877-600-GANG. Let's do two things. Let's help St. Jude. There's no better hospital in the world than St. Jude. And let's help you. You're busy. You're a carpenter. You're a mason. You're a drywaller. You're a truck driver. You don't have time. You work in an office. You don't have time. You know that you're facing a crisis in your own retirement. You know you haven't got enough money set aside. So let's do this. Let's help you with the MV2. I'll give it to you free for 4 weeks. Call right now, 877-600-GANG, and you got all the benefits of the gang. All the benefits of the gang. The whole team's behind you. Try it for 4 weeks. You'll love it. We'll see you in the charts. Have a safe weekend. Call now, 877-600-GANG for your MV2 free.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life.